Hello, everyone. You are watching the YouTube station identification of one of New Bedford, Massachusetts resident YouTubers, Mr. Eric Lima over here. You are watching WEML-TV Channel 77, Episode 6. It's time for the Raw Legends Night Roundup. That's right. Last night was Raw Legends Night, the first Raw of 2021. A lot of mixed reactions to that. Yeah. Excuse me. Wow. I just ate some Hot Pockets, man. I tell you what, man. I think I'll stay away from the Buffalo Wild Wings. They're good, but sometimes they can really take their toll on you. I can remember I'm no longer a teenager and not even a competitive eater. I gotta stop doing that. It's ridiculous. Anyways, Raw Legends Night was last night. A lot of mixed reviews. A lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people did. When Raw Talk, Mustafa Ali, the leader of Retribution, was feeling very frustrated about this. And but there are lots of older fans out there too, so that's probably the reason why too. All right, so Raw Legends Night, 2021 of January 4th, the first Raw. Before Raw went on the air, AJ Styles took it to Twitter to declare his entry into the Royal Rumble. So far it's AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan and Bobby Lashley declaring entry. So 3 out of 30 is in. So we'll find out what the other 27 superstars may have to think about it. So we'll find out for sure. And then it kicked off, the Legend Night kicked off with Hulk Hogan's H phone. It talks, and it was actually Hogan picking it up and saying, "What you gonna do?" And then it kicked off, and then in the ring, Miz and Morrison were there to Miz TV. The guest, The New Day. The New Day tried taking the whole thing over. Miz got upset. So they had and then Teddy Long came out. It says, Miz and Morrison, you'll face The Undertaker. I think Teddy Long did not get the memo that the Dead Man retired at Survivor Series. Adam Pearce had to remind him of that. He said, okay, we'll have a tag team match, player, between Miz and Morrison and The New Day. I think Teddy Long's a fan of The New Day. So this was a heck of a matchup between Miz and Morrison and The New Day. And and it was a heck of a match back and forth. This match, when Morrison came back to the WWE last year and decided to team up with The Miz once again, I figured them versus the New Day would be an entertaining feud, and I was correct on that. So this was a great matchup overall, but in the end, the New Day did win. Morrison and Miz was standing there being depressed, but Miz still got his money in the bank. Would you believe that? So Charlie Caruso interviewed about Randy Orton. Now, I was majorly concerned about what happened to Alexa Bliss last week on Raw when Raw went off the air. Alexa Bliss dared Orton to put her on fire like he did to The Fiend in TLC. But it did not happen, according to Orton. Orton says he could not bring himself to do that. So that means Alexa Bliss is A-okay. Probably get all the gasoline washed off of her and all that. And possibly for her and Ryan Cabrera's sake, that she wouldn't do that last thing. And so it was kind of a scary thing, but Orton realized it's Legends Night, and he's going to go out and try to get himself a legend to kill, as he is the legend killer. So, and then they aired this on the TikTok live version, the New Year's Eve TikTok version for the WWE's TikTok, I should say. Angel Garza ended up pinning R-Truth for the 24/7 championship to end the new year. Then they kick off the new year, and Angel Garza and Alicia Fox. I like Alicia Fox. She is probably one of the most entertaining divas in her day. When she did she was very entertaining and funny as the Crazy Diva. And I think underrated in that one, the most entertaining divas underrated was Alicia Fox. I mean, between I think the romantic storylines that she got involved, and like on the when they had the WWE app. And Tom Phillips, she always harasses Tom Phillips. Those are my favorite moments. I thought they were pretty funny. And poor Tom Phillips like, no, and everything else. It was hilarious. So it was hilarious. And then what it was Cedric Alexander, and then Noam Dar, Alicia Fox. Every time I look at Alicia Fox now, I'm thinking Noam Dar all of a sudden. Alicia Fox. Oh, man. The 205 Live. That made things entertaining on there. It was pretty hilarious. So, the way you see Alicia Fox again, Angel Garza's trying to pick her up, and Angel Garza's like, walk away. I mean, no, and Alicia Fox is like, I'm like, Angel, dude, you're losing your touch, bro, right? And then commercial break came in, back again. Here comes Angel Garza. This time with Sergeant Slaughter, Mickey James, and Tatanka. Mickey James had the Billy Jack Haynes hat going. That's paying tribute to another legend. And he gave the rose to Mickey James. Angel, I have to warn you, her husband is the current NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He finds out you did this, he'll probably drop the title, come over to WWE, and beat the heck out of you for that 24/7 title. Just saying. Tatanka looks good. Sergeant Slaughter's still the same. It's really cool. Next, speaking of AJ Styles, it's Omos, not almost. It's Omos. And you say almost, like almost no counting horseshoes and hand grenades. All right. Anyways, AJ Styles went one-on-one with Elias and with Jackson Riker, and it was a heck of a matchup. In the end, AJ Styles won with the Styles Clash, and then post-match, Jackson Riker went to hit Omos or AJ Styles with the guitar. Omos kicked the guitar, busted open. I'm like, if that guy's entering the Royal Rumble matchup, nobody's going to throw him out. You know, it's going to take a few guys to do it. And Jackson Riker just looked at the guitar, looked at him, and him and Elias walked away. I said, yep, that's going to be something else. So Omos was, send the message loud and clear. In an exclusive WWE.com exclusive, Sarah Schreiber did interview Charlotte Flair, and Flair decided to declare for the Women's Royal Rumble, the second woman to do it, behind Nia Jax. And Charlotte Flair was getting ready for her tag match with Asuka, the Women's Tag Team Champions, to take on the team of Lacey Evans, Peyton Royce. Thank you. I'm losing the train of thought here. And go to and Charlotte Flair enters the ring with her father, and then Matt Riddle was talking to Big Show during before the commercial break, after the commercial break, and Orton confronts him, and then Big Show says, "I'm just here to enjoy the legends. I'm not going to get involved in your crap." So, if I were Orton, I would have bigger fish to fry in the future, namely the Fiend. Trust me on this one. So, Charlotte Flair and Asuka versus with Ric Flair in that corner versus Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce. Ric Flair paying respects to Asuka, which is really, really cool. I think she calls her. She calls him Papa Rick or Papa Flair. Asuka does, and that's how much respect Asuka has for Ric Flair. It was really cool. Lacey Evans decided to flirt with Ric Flair all of a sudden. And Flair's like, and Ric Flair during the match accidentally tripped his own daughter and cost them the match. Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce won the matchup thanks to Flair's chicanery, and Charlotte got upset with him and told him to leave. But according to Twitter, she says she can never stay mad at him. And she loves him bigger than the sky. So, you know, she says thank you for being out there. So Drew McIntyre and Sheamus were talking about the matchup with Keith Lee, and then Hulk Hogan and Jimmy Hart talked to the both of them, and then Hulk Hogan gave some motivational speech to Drew McIntyre, which, you know, a lot of people, a lot of people are still a little upset with Hogan because of his racist comments and all. You know, yeah, I'm very disappointed in the Hulkster myself, but it's good to see him back in the WWE just to, just to be there. And to me, some of these guys can't wrestle anymore, but you know what? Let the young guns get the job done, and that's what it is all about, I think. And it was really, really cool. It had, the Hulk Hogan pose and all that good stuff, and just, it was really something else. Then Charlie Caruso interviews MVP and Lashley about their matchup. Actually, no, wait. Okay. Riddle went one-on-one with Bobby Lashley, and Matt Riddle thought tapped out, and then Bobby Lashley thought the match was over because what happened was when Bobby Lashley put Riddle in the Hurt Lock, he was thrashing around, and the referee ducked after under one of Matt Riddle's kicks, and he went to turn around, and Riddle tapped, and the referee did not see it, but then Riddle outsmarted Bobby Lashley. So that was a huge victory for Riddle that could put him in the line for a United States title shot. Ricochet was talking to Mark Henry. Ricochet was in a dilemma with Retribution. Mark Henry told him, "Hey, listen," gave him some good advice. Ricochet was very appreciative of that. And Orton confronts Mark Henry, and then while Orton was talking to Mark Henry, he's declaring entrance in the Royal Rumble, joining Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. That's going to be a heck of a Rumble match so far. So, 3 women, let's see, 4 women have no, 4 men, have entered, declared entry into the Royal Rumble. 2 ladies have declared entry into the Rumble. And it looks like Mark Henry had a hurt knee or a hurt leg. That's why he was on a scooter, and Orton threatened to toss him on a scooter. And Mark Henry says, mm-mm. So Charlie Caruso interviewed a very upset MVP and Lashley. And Lashley says next time he sees Riddle, he's going to beat him up. Mandy Rose and Shayna Baszler are supposed to go one-on-one. And after Mandy Rose blindsided Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke came out. She takes over the match. She beat Shayna Baszler. Baszler ambushes Rose. Like I said, that happened. Rose stopped Baszler with a kick. Both ladies attacked Shayna Baszler. Where was Nia Jax in this whole thing? Looks like Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax are going to have a war of words, let me tell you. And, but IRS, Molly Holly, and Ric Flair were talking. Orton confronts Ric Flair. And Randy Orton, he's in a very crabby mood, Ric Flair is. And then Keith Lee was getting ready for his matchup. Matt Riddle gave him a pep talk. And Keith Lee stops and says, thanks for the pep talk. Matt Riddle says, you go get him. And then you got Randy Orton going against another legend, Jeff Hardy. What a matchup. Jeff Hardy, you think he tried to move, and Orton quickly countered it with the RKO. Gives Randy Orton the victory. The Lucha House Party was getting ready for their tag team match against the Raw Tag Team Champions, Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, and they ran into, yes, she was there, Melina. I was hyped about Melina's appearance on Raw Legends Night last night. She looking F-I-N-E. Gorgeous, gorgeously beautiful as Melina. And then she did a lucha. And that might be the luck that she gave them, because Lucha House Party defeated the Raw Tag Team Champions. That's right. I mean, Lucha House Party's on a momentous road. They beat Legado del Fantasma in a tag match. This past Wednesday. Now, tomorrow, Grand Metalik will get a cruiserweight title shot against Santos Escobar. Will the luck that Melina gave them rub off in that matchup, and will propel Metalik to victory over Santos Escobar? Interestingly enough. So just seeing Melina again. Oh, she looks so gorgeous. Be still my beating heart. Good Lord. Let's get back. Okay, Eric, let's start back to focus now. Tori Wilson and Nikki Cross were talking, and Tori Wilson, I think, giving Nikki Cross some advice. Angel Garza. Angel Garza. Oh, my gosh. This boy, I'm telling you, this boy never quits. He calls himself the Lethal Dario. You get the good looks. You're a Latin heartthrob. He kind of looks like Mario Lopez with a goatee. And boom, there you go. You think you're good looking. Hey, let's get all the chicks out. Hand them roses, right? So, and then this is where it gets interesting, because Tori Wilson name dropped some of the celebrities named Cardi B, Kylie Jenner, and all that. Is that they're living their best lives in that room over there. I was like, it's a setup. It's a setup. She's setting on Garza up for something, because Garza has a 24/7 title. He's got a bullseye in his back. I'm surprised not Kira Tozawa and Gulak. Nobody else is chasing him around. So, and then he enters the room and says, Cardi B. Nope, no Cardi B, but the Boogeyman. And scared the witch out of Garza. Garza gets out of there, and then all of a sudden she goes, he's about to yell, Tori, you said me. And then R2 pins Garza to win the 24/7 to what? 24/7 times what? Is it 47th, 48th? He's almost near 50 times. That's R2. R2's setting the record, I'm telling you, with that 24/7 title. And then another legend appeared to a fallen Garza. That's right, Mr. Ron Simmons. And you know what he says? Damn! It gets me every time. Oh, Ron Simmons. And then all the legends gathered on the stage entrance to see the huge humongous matchup between Keith Lee challenging Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. This match would have gone either way. Two big men. They fought. They tried to do whatever it takes to hurt each other. You know, slam by Lee, slam by McIntyre. McIntyre finally hitting the Claymore. 1, 2, 3. And McIntyre didn't have much to celebrate, but guess who showed up? Now, he wasn't advertised, and nobody thought he was coming. Now, Carlito was advertised, but he did not show up. Possibly, I think the WWE would afraid of backlash, social media backlash about Carlito spitting the apple in people's faces with coronavirus and all that. That could be the reason why they decided to, or did Carlito think about that himself and said, well, I'll decline because of that reason, and who knows. But nobody advertised this man. No, Stone Cold Steve Austin wasn't there because he's doing his Broken Skull sessions with Bayley coming up. Bayley would be the first female to appear on the Broken Skull session, so it'll be very interesting to see what she has to say. Also, he's got his show coming up, Straight Up Steve Austin, Steve-O, Charlotte Flair, Joe McHale, and many more guests will be hanging out with Stone Cold Steve Austin. So he wasn't there. The Rock is The Rock. Dwayne Johnson, he's doing his thing, the movie thing. He's not going to be there. Plus, he did get tested positive for COVID, and I don't know if he is cleared or not, and that's what WWE wanted to stay away from. So I can understand why they won't bring The Rock in. It would be great, but it is what it is. And we don't see DX because Shawn Michaels and Triple H are too busy helping out on NXT, trying to produce a great show for now. New Year's Evil is going to be very interesting tomorrow. But none of those legends appeared. But there's one legend that appeared that wasn't advertised. Goldberg. Goldberg, of all people, I'm like, what's he doing out here? And I figured, I heard, I thought you had one more receipt for Roman Reigns. But instead, he goes out and challenges Drew McIntyre for the title at the Royal Rumble. Goldberg? I mean, Goldberg and McIntyre, that would be a very interesting matchup if Goldberg was still in his prime. So Drew McIntyre says, I can't fight you. It's like fighting my dad. And I'm like, ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. Goldberg pushes McIntyre down to the ground. So it's going to be very interesting to see if Drew McIntyre actually accepts the challenge or not. I'm sure he would, but it'd be very interesting to see what happens there. Drew McIntyre's got a lot to think about coming next week. So that was it. Goldberg to challenge McIntyre for the championship. I don't know if McIntyre is going to accept or not, make it official. So that is going to be something. Now, as you know, tomorrow is New Year's Evil, the main event, the title matchup, NXT title on the line, Finn Balor versus Kyle O'Reilly. That will be a matchup. Fight pit matchup. Timothy Thatcher going one-on-one with Tommaso Ciampa. That's not going to be another barn burner brawl. Another title match. The Cruiserweight Championship will be on the line. Santos Escobar, Legado del Fantasma to defend against Gran Metalik at the Lucha House Party. Last woman standing matchup as well as Raquel Gonzalez to go one-on-one with Rhea Ripley. That means these ladies are going to beat Xia Li and Boa return to NXT. It'll be very interesting what changes they have made. I want to see if there's any other matches because I know Io Shirai is not scheduled on, but I'm sure Io Shirai will probably come back. Let's see. New Year's Evil. New Year's Evil. New Year's Evil. New Year's Evil. No. New Year's Evil. New Year's Evil. New Year's Evil. New Year's Evil. I'm gonna say this one. Let's see. New Year's Evil. New Year's Evil. New Year's Evil. I'm trying to look for more W that will help. Let's see. Okay. All right. New Year's Evil goes a little something like this. All right, Damien. Oh, that's right. Another matchup will be set. Will be Damian Priest and Karrion Kross. That's another powerhouse matchup. So, Finn Balor, Kyle O'Reilly for the NXT Championship. Damian Priest and Karrion Kross go one-on-one. Ripley versus Gonzalez, last woman standing matchup. Metalik, Escobar to defend the Cruiserweight title against Grand Metalik. Fight pit matchup. It will be Tommaso Ciampa going one-on-one with Timothy Thatcher. Xia Li and Boa set to return tomorrow night. It will be a heck of a matchup. So it will be something to. So it will be very interesting to see what's going to happen. So I'm going to so will we find out what that unknown figure, who that is, and a mysterious man and everything else. So I'm going to. I'm looking forward to watching it tomorrow night to find out what in the world's going on. So it seems like Xia Li's got a new attitude. So is Boa. I'm looking forward to this matchup. I'm looking forward to everything else. So I'm excited. Don't know about you guys, but I'm very, very excited about tomorrow night, New Year's Evil. So that's it. That's all the time we have from the Raw Legends Night portion of the Roundup. Tomorrow night, NXT Roundup, New Year's Evil will be afterwards. And according to what I'm seeing on the weather report, it's gonna be a little bit of quiet. It's gonna be some quiet for the rest of the week, and we see some scattered snow showers here and there. But that's about it. Nothing to it. It's been a long day. So it's gonna be a long day. I gotta relax and chill out. So I'll see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you in episode number 7 of WEML-TV channel 77, and looking forward to talking to you all once again. Peace. Have a good night.